Hi everyone, it's Dean, Rent Roll Broker. Now I wanted to talk to you, it's Monday morning. How is that rent roll market going? Well, I wanted to first say it's terrible. That's all that's happening out there as far as people losing their jobs and how they're under that financial stress. The good news is that this week it looks like by Wednesday here in Queensland that there will legislation that will go through as far as to make it fair and amicable between tenants and landlords, so that everyone in the government, so that everyone can work together to get through this. Here at home, all of us are going to get busier over the coming weeks with kids and work and all mixing in between. But what's happening as far as the rent roll market is concerned is that banks are still out there saying that the multiples are around the same as what they have been. But what they're saying is that serviceability is actually, what they're going to do is between the banks is talking between 15 and 20%. So if you turned around and said, hey, this is what it is that I can pay back, they're going to say, well, look, we think that's going to maybe decrease by 15 to 20%. And if you can still service it, we're still happy to progress. So all the major banks and probably the Westpac, Macquarie, NAB are all still out there and still wanting to generate business. Now, on the other side of it, there's been quite an increase in the number of people looking to actually purchase. Our volume has actually increased of people. And I think the reason is because where else can you get reoccurring income in this current state that you know is going to be there ongoing? I think that we are one of two things that are vital. Everyone needs food and everyone needs shelter. And we are providing that shelter. And 1 in 3 properties are a rental property. That's not going to go away. Everybody's going to need a roof over their head and it's going to continue. Not only that, but we've found from large agencies that have got 3,500 properties, they're only looking at 4% that are tenants that are in stress at the moment and may need to look at doing something. We've said, look, 4, 7, up to 10% has been the number as far as at the moment that may be under stress and may need to have some form of reduction or work with the government as well as subsidies coming in. So in saying that, 90% of it is still ongoing week in, week out. There are a lot of people and there's a lot of agencies out there that are great, that are on the front foot, that are on the phone talking to their tenants and talking to their landlord, because you cannot communicate enough in this day and age. We in the industry struggle sometimes on a daily basis to keep up with what's happening here and what's happening there and what about in that state. All those things are all happening so quickly, and the media as well. I mean, they just have a field day with all of this. What we're also seeing is the multiples are pretty close to the same. I'll give you 2 examples of that. We released something just recently up on the sunny coast. Released it on a Friday out to the market. On the Monday we had an offer. On the Tuesday we had another offer. Put it in a multiple offer situation. Got it within a very close percentage of what it was of asking price, and away it went. Now it was around 100 odd properties, and it was something of which they can basically take from this and put it into their own and improve what it is as far as their cash flow and their efficiency wise. They may take on 1 staff member, they may not. That's another point from it. So how do we look at it from our perspective? It is tougher. It is more of a challenge, and there are a lot more people that we have to help white nose, hold hands in the transaction, because we're all going through this and we don't know where it is, what's happening, what's it going to be doing next week. We're all in the same boat. But the key to this is we're much better off than if we owned a gym, a cafe, a restaurant. Those poor buggers, gone, nothing. Real estate is a critical element to where it is that we are, and we will continue to be that way. Is it harder? Yes. Are we going to get through it? Yes. Are we here to help? Yes. Reach out if I can help any further, and all the best out there. Cheers.